Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make Rolos. Yummy. These chewy little caramels covered in milk chocolate are super delicious. This copycat recipe for Rolos is really easy to make. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's get started. First, what you need to do is pick up a round candy mold. I got this online. I'll put a link down below where you can pick one up. It's not quite exactly the same as what a Rolo looks like, but pretty close enough. Now what we want to do is we want to melt some chocolate. I have just one bar of Hershey chocolate right here. This is a Symphony bar. You can use whatever kind of chocolate you want. You could use chocolate chips, whatever you want to do. I'm going to melt this in the microwave on bursts of 30 seconds. 30 seconds and then stir. 30 seconds, stir until it's completely melted. And after the second time, drop it down to about 10 seconds. And that'll get it nice and melted. Let's do that first. Once we have our chocolate melted, what we want to do, we want to come in here and pour some chocolate in there. We're going to do that in all of our molds. Okay, and then once we put a little bit of chocolate in the mold, I'm going to use a straw. You don't have to use a straw. You can use whatever little device that you want. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to tilt this so you can see it better. And then I'm going to just kind of paint up the sides of the walls. And all these, just so it's nice and coated around with chocolate. This part doesn't have to be exact, but what we want to do is we want to create like a little crater of chocolate. Okay, once we have the walls coated with chocolate, let's go ahead and put this in the refrigerator to chill and set for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, my chocolate has set, and now what I want to do is I want to melt my caramels. I'm using the Kraft caramels. I have a 12 here. It winds up being about 110 grams worth of caramel. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of milk, or you can use cream. And then just like the chocolate, we're going to melt this in the microwave, bursts of 30 seconds. 30 seconds stir, 30 seconds stir, and then about 10 seconds to get it all the way there. All right, our caramel is melted. The reason why I add milk or cream is because if you were just to melt it without the milk or cream in there, then it gets really hard after it's set. And this way it keeps the caramel nice and soft. Even when you chill it in the refrigerator, you just have to let it set out for a minute or two, and then you can bite right into it, and it's nice and soft caramel. Also, you can make your own caramel too if you like. So once it's melted, now what we want to do is we want to take some of our caramel, and just like we did with the chocolate, let's go ahead and just fill up our cups here, our little craters of chocolate. And if your caramel starts to set, then what you're going to want to do is just go heat it up again. All right, and then what we do is we come back with our chocolate, and if your chocolate has already set from before, just go ahead and heat it up again. Mine's still okay. And I'll just go ahead and cap these off with chocolate. And then what I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and tap it just to get it all nice and level on the top. And then I put this back in the fridge and let it set for about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, once our homemade Rolos have set, what we'll do is we'll come in here, and what you do is you just squeeze a little bit on the sides of the mold, and then just push on the bottom, and it'll pop right out. There you go. Pretty cool. Push on the bottom. And if you want to trim the excess chocolate around, you certainly can. And there we go, little homemade Rolos. All right, our homemade Rolos are done. They were super easy to do. They turned out fantastic. Go out there and make some. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions or comments, put them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down in the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take care. Time for me to dive into one of these. Oh yeah. I'm gonna grab this guy right here.